Hello and welcome to the Virginia School for the Deaf and Blind Community Advocate Group page. I'm Reverend John Kenny, the pastor of Third Baptist Church, and I am a part of the Community Advocate Group that has been voicing concerns and expressing our opposition to the destruction of our community that is presently being communicated through the effort to build warehouses on 750 Shell Road, the property that once housed the old Virginia School for the Deaf and Blind. Today I want to share with you some very important information. Some of you may have received it already, some of you may not have, but I want to share this with you today so that you are fully aware of exactly what is going to take place. First of all, I want to invite you to our upcoming meeting on October 19th. That's our monthly third Wednesday meetings that take place at Third Baptist Church at 6:30 p.m. So please consider joining us and sharing with us as we take part in this time of important conversation. This particular night, October 19th, there's going to be a candidate forum for all those candidates who are desiring and wishing to hold office in city council and some school board members. So on the 19th of this month, we're going to be meeting at 6:30 for a very important candidate forum that's going to be held at Third Baptist Church. It's sponsored by the Virginia School for the Deaf and Blind Community Advocate Group. And it's going to be an exciting and an important time for all of us to be there to hear the perspectives and the positions of those persons running for city council, their positions on the city, their positions on the community, and their position as it relates to our children. So I want to invite you and I want to encourage you and I want to implore you to be at this candidate forum, October 19th at 6:30 p.m. at Third Baptist Church, so you can ask the questions that you need to ask before you go into the ballot box on November the 8th. It's very important for us to share in this important time. And now, secondly, I want to enlighten you, I want to remind you, but I want to stress to you what is taking place, the importance of what's going on that you may not be aware of. On last week, I received a letter, and some of you all should have received a letter already about an upcoming Planning Commission meeting. The Planning Commission meeting on the 20th of October is to vote for the recommended rezoning of 750 Shell Road. I'm going to put that slide back up because I want to lift a few things for you in that slide that's important. But on October 20th at 3:30 p.m., there's going to be the Planning Commission meeting at City Hall, 8th floor. This meeting, they're going to be recommending their yes or their no for the rezoning of that particular property. Now, why that is important is because several reasons. I want you to look here where it says the proposed vacated portion, about 1.475 acres on Pine Road, from one family residential to light manufacturing with conditions. What does that mean? They recommend that business industrial land use for this property be approved. And what they are saying to us is that that would permit light manufacturing to include warehousing and distribution. I want you to please understand that right there, that if this is approved, this is what is going to happen in that particular piece of property. There's going to be light manufacturing and to include warehousing and distribution. There's also going to be light metal fabrication. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff going on. Tractor trailers in and out of the place, noise in and out of the place, manufacturing, everything that goes along with warehouse activity is going to be taking place on that site if that property is approved to be rezoned. The way it looks now is that they are moving towards fulfilling this desire. Why am I bringing this to you today, and why is this important for us to understand? It's important for us to know because if we don't say anything, if we don't oppose, if we don't let our voices be known, it would almost say we are complicit and we are in agreement with what their desire is. Now, that's why it's important for all of us to share this information, to let it be known to our neighbors, especially those people who live right in proximity of what is going to be taking place in their backyard. If you know anybody, if you have anybody who lives in that vicinity that's going to be directly affected by this proposal, we need you to share with them and let them know they need to be at City Council, at the Planning Commission meeting at City Hall on October 20th at 3:30 p.m. to let their voices be heard. Now, here is the thing. Planning Commission gives their recommendation, yay or nay. It ultimately lands in the lap of City Council. If the Planning Commission says no, the City Council can still say yes. If Planning Commission says yes, City Council can still say no. The end result is going to be what will City Council say. But we have been, since May, we have been in front of Planning Commission, we've been in front of City Council, we've been reaching out, we've been voicing our concerns, and they know who we are. They know our concerns, they know that we are in opposition, and what they're banking on probably is that we're going to get tired and we're going to stop showing up. And that's when we want to let them know we're not going to stop showing up. Use your voice. So please let everybody you know that lives in that area that's going to be directly affected, and even those who are going to be indirectly affected, let them know exactly how you feel. Because in the long run, if they can rezone that property where the old school resided, in the long run, they will be able to rezone everything going from Aberdeen down towards the river. So you want to be mindful of this, that it's not going to only impact what's going on now, but future generations will also stand in jeopardy of having future neighborhoods are in jeopardy of having their community swallowed up by industry and anything else that the city deems that they want to benefit from. So please share that information with those people that you know. Let them know that they need to be at the meeting on the 20th. Now, I know I said a whole lot, and if you missed anything, I'll give you a slide right now that lets you know the important dates that you need to write these dates down. And here they are. October 20th, October 20th. It's the 20th of October, not the 22nd. Forgive the mistype. October 20th at 3:30 p.m. The Planning Commission will be recommending their approval of the rezoning. On November the 9th at 6:30 p.m., City Council will vote on that particular item. Community input is needed. Please, please, please be present and make your voices heard on either October 20th, that's a misprint, please write the correct date down, October 20th, 3:30, and November the 9th at 6:30 p.m. It is crucial for us to be in the building. It is crucial for us to make our voices heard. We've sent out invitations for people to come and speak in opposition of this. Professor Johnny Finn, who is a renowned voice on environmental justice issues. He's a professor at Christopher Newport. He's going to be there voicing opposition from a standpoint of all the research he's done and all the information he has to validate the stance that we stand on. When people start telling you that environmental justice is really just about smokestacks and all that stuff, this is what I need you to know to refute the lie. Environmental justice centers on two issues. Number one, it centers on issues where communities of color reside. And number two, it focuses on communities where there is low income. That community of color and low income, satisfies the two necessary criteria to be an environmentally concerned community. Anything that comes into that community that does not build or invest or promote life is already an environmental justice issue. So you need to understand, this is not something that's accidentally done. It's strategic in what's being done. It's another form of redlining. And it's important for us as African Americans, as Black people who have a vested interest in our own future, that we give our voice. They want our vote. They have to hear our voices. So please share this information, share this video, tell people they need to be there. Subscribe to the video, to the channel, so that way they'll be abreast of exactly what's going on as we continue to further advance our cause, and that is to preserve the legacy of our community. All we can do is show up and do what we're supposed to do. And we trust the fact that God will do the rest of whatever needs to be done. And whichever way it turns out for us, it's not going to stop us from doing what we need to do. So please, I'm a preacher, and I can remember a story in the Bible about Gideon. And Gideon had a whole lot of soldiers. He had a whole lot, about over 3,000 soldiers. And the Lord told him, you've got too many. You've got too many people with you. And Gideon was like, God, I need the numbers. And the Lord said, no, you don't. If you trust me, I'll do a wonderful work through you with very limited resources. Gideon went to battle with 300 men, fought an army with 300 men, and they came out on top. So what does all that mean, preacher? That simply means this. The odds may be stacked against us. The odds may not be looking good for us. But we just have to continue to trust the fact that if God leads us and God guides us, God will provide what we need, when we need it, and how we need it. So be encouraged. Remember, October 20th, 3:30 p.m., City Hall, 8th floor, Planning Commission meeting. Be there. And then if you can't be there on October 20th, make sure you're there November 9th at 6:30 p.m. for the City Council meeting. And flood the place. Let's flood the place with nothing but voices of opposition. Because let me be honest with you, there are some who really want to see this happen. And there are some who want to see it happen, and they are of our skin. And just because you are of our skin doesn't mean you are our kin. Keep that in mind. You be encouraged. This has been Pastor Kenny on behalf of the Virginia School for the Deaf and Blind Community Advocate Group. We look forward to sharing with you, seeing you, walking with you, fighting with you as we preserve our legacy. Until next time, be encouraged.